Wednesday morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Let me encourage you to watch for a special message at the close of this video. As a musician, I enjoy organized sound. It's the opposite of the title of this video. It's the opposite of clamor. Clamor can be defined as a noisy outcry, a loud uproar, like what you would hear from a crowd of people. It can also be defined as a vehement expression of desire or dissatisfaction. That's what you see in Psalm chapter 40, verse 1. As the psalmist writes, "I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry." I want you to look at that last word, cry. That can be defined in so many ways, but let me share with you a post that my daughter-in-law's mom made on Facebook. Here's what it looks like. Yes, this is Psalm 40, verse 1, but it's in Portuguese, so her Brazilian friends would understand it. But again, look at that last word. That last word. It's pronounced Clamor. And yes, Clamor translates to clamor. In Psalm 39, verse 12, we read, "Hear my prayer, Lord. Listen to my cry for help." Once again, in the Portuguese translation, you see that word clamor, being used. The last part of that verse in Portuguese says this, "Escuta meus clamores por socorro." Meus clamores, my cries, my clamors. It's plural in that case. And let me introduce you to one other word. Socorro. It's like a desperate plea for help. It's like crying SOS. But in Psalm 40, verse 2, things turn the corner. And it's spoken from a position of looking back. The psalmist writes, "He lifted me out of the pit of despair, out from the bog and mire." How often can you look back in your life and give testimony to the fact that you were stuck, caught firmly in the clutches of sinful addictions, unable to free yourself from the grip the enemy had on your life, suffering from a debilitating illness? Let me tell you, bog and mire is not just mud. It's like quicksand, and there's no escaping. But now, you look back and recognize the delivering hand of Jesus as he reached out in response and shattered that addiction. He broke the chains of sin that the devil had on your life and freed you from the grip of sin, and he brought healing to your life. Can you remember those times? Maybe it was a long time ago. Maybe this deliverance has been recent. But time does not erode the goodness of God or the power of Jesus to help you. But don't stop there. That was just the first part of verse 2. Look how the Lord continues to answer your cry for help. This is the second part of Psalm 40, verse 2. "He set my feet on a hard, firm path and steadied me as I walked along." Now this part of the verse speaks volumes to me. You see, when I had a knee replacement and subsequently broke my ankle, I faced several issues. But one was this. You see, when you land in a wheelchair for a period of time, it's almost like your legs forget how to walk. I saw a friend who suffered a bad leg and ankle break recently, and he said the same thing in his blog. "I'm learning to walk all over again." So, like my friend, I had to go to PT, physical therapy, to help with my walking. One of the exercises I tried was to walk on a mat. It was a flooring that was spongy. I was unstable. I faced the risk of falling and required assistance. But as I regained strength, I found walking to be much easier when I walked on hard, solid ground. But still, I sometimes required a little help to keep from toppling over. In fact, if you want to be real honest about it, there's still sometimes, like when I first get up, my wife tells me I'm stumbling around like I've been drinking. And no, I have not been consuming adult beverages. But that's exactly what the psalmist was saying. He set my feet on a hard, firm path and steadied me as I walked along. You see, Jesus doesn't just rescue you and then leave you on your own to struggle through life. No, He provides a path, a direction for your life that is stable. And then He walks beside you to give you the added security you need so you won't fall. But once again, look at Psalm 40, verse 1. I waited patiently for God to help me. Then He listened and heard my cry. And there, in the first 3 words, is the difficult part about trusting God. I waited patiently. And it's not difficult because you are impetuous or demanding, but life is coming apart at the seams, and that cry, that socorro, help, simply does not allow for any kind of waiting. A drowning man going down for the last time doesn't want to hear wait. But this kind of waiting develops trust, and it requires faith. And you know what? Sometimes this waiting is not optional. What I have found is that while we are in this waiting stage, there's a few things that will happen. We will learn to rely on the Lord and learn that He's always faithful. We will develop a sense of complete trust in Him. And we will develop, wait for it, it's the word that we often dread in our spiritual walk. We will develop maturity. But I think there are also some specific things we can do while waiting. So let me suggest, when you are patiently waiting, 1, seek wisdom. This is a great time to seek the godly counsel and wisdom of others who have faced similar circumstances. I'm not talking about having a pity party, but ask the Lord to bring into your life other Christians who have walked through difficulties and overcome because Jesus has brought deliverance. Number 2, serve others. You see, you can gain a better perspective on your own struggles when you start focusing on helping others with theirs. Actually, this is great anytime because it takes your eyes, your focus that is, off your own struggles and gives you a heart to help others. Number 3, strengthen others. Find someone to encourage, motivate, and strengthen. Sometimes an encouraging word from you might be exactly what somebody else needs. This doesn't need to be something you contrive on your own, but ask the Lord to speak to your heart through His Spirit and give you the right words that will bring encouragement to someone else. Number 4, sacrifice something. Not everything you're holding on to is worth keeping. And it's a lot easier to be patient along your journey when you don't have to carry more than you need for the trip. I think of Christmas as a child. It was always a fun time at my house. But I remember my parents encouraging me to find something I own and give it to someone else even before I opened my Christmas presents. And fifth, sow into others. Look to give to others what you are actually waiting on yourself. What? Yeah. You see, you are not the only one in need, and having a generous heart brings all kinds of blessings. Now, I know these scriptures deal primarily with finances, or they seem to, but check this out. In Proverbs 11, one person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. And in Psalm 41, happy are those who are concerned for the poor. The Lord will help them when they are in trouble. The Lord will protect them and preserve their lives. He will make them happy in the land. He will not abandon them to the power of their enemies. The Lord will help them when they are sick and will restore them to health. Have you ever heard you just can't outgive God? It's true. But know this, while waiting is tough, waiting does not mean being stagnant. In 2008, a Christian movie called Fireproof was released. It was a great movie. But the main character in the movie is trusting God. He's honoring Him and waiting to see God's response to his marriage. The lyrics in the theme song say this: I'm waiting on you, Lord, and I am hopeful. I'm waiting on you, Lord, though it is painful, but patiently I will wait. And I will move ahead, bold and confident, taking every step in obedience. While I'm waiting, I will serve you. While I'm waiting, I will worship. While I'm waiting, I will not faint. I'll be running the race, even while I wait. It's okay to cry out to the Lord with what can only be described as clamor. It's okay for your lament to be socorro, help, I'm going down for the last time. But it's not uncommon for God to say, wait. Even so, you can be assured He will never ignore your cry. He is always faithful. As you find this to be true, you and I can join the psalmist in saying, may those who long for your saving help always say, the Lord is great. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for sticking around. I told you I had a special message at the end of this video. Here it is. As the release of this devotional, I have 2 more Sundays at Community Church before I retire. I have 1 more video devotional to release, and I can guarantee you're going to like it. But some of you have said, we really enjoy these video devotionals, and to be honest with you, I enjoy doing them too. So I don't plan to stop. Now, while they may not be exactly weekly, and they're probably not going to be on every Wednesday, I want to keep doing them. And here's the way you can watch them. Here is my YouTube channel where you can find all of these videos. Subscribe, click that little bell that's right there, and it will notify you every time a new video comes out. I'll also be posting most of these videos on my Facebook page, so if you would like to be my friend on Facebook and you're not already, please join me.